question. Where are my Kansas City girlies at? Where are my Kansas City people at? That's what I want to know. I have less than 60 days until I move. You know that like weird man in your DMs whenever he like is in your area? He's like,
hey, I'm in your city. Wait, what are you doing tonight?
That's me. Better yet, comment below what city you guys live in. Where are you guys at? Hi everyone, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are going to be talking all about our favorite out of touch influencers. As a technical influencer myself, this is something I think is important to call out, right? The good and the bad of everything. One thing that drives me crazy is when influencers are just insanely out of touch to the point of where it's like they don't even register what they're saying to be offensive, just out of touch and ridiculous. So I want to show you guys some examples of what I'm talking about because this stuff has been pissing me off. And I had one TikTok come across my For You page the other day. I was like, are you kidding me? So for you up in today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. If you guys want to hang out with me more, please check out my TikTok, Instagram, and my second channel where we have podcasts, and I'm going to be having vlogs in the city. Real quickly though, I do want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video. Let's talk about Womanizer. So you guys know I'm adamant about talking about everything and anything, and that also includes sexual wellness. I don't think these topics should be taboo, and I want everyone to have normal, healthy conversations about it. And I'm partnering with Womanizer today because I want to talk about two products that I absolutely love from the brand. Womanizer is the original inventor of what is known as pleasure air technology. All Womanizer products have this technology, and I want to quickly talk about two that I absolutely love. So first we're going to talk about Next. It has 14 different intensity levels, a smart silence feature, so it will only turn on when it comes in contact with skin, which I love, and it has an afterglow feature, so you're able to push one button and then it will immediately go down to the lowest setting. This next one is actually Duo 2. It has dual stimulation, smart silence, 14 different intensity levels, and the same afterglow feature as Next. And for all products, delivery is free, 100% discreet shipping, and there's a 5-year warranty on all Womanizer products, which is a great deal, so you know that this product is going to last. If you guys want to try Duo, Next, or any other Womanizer products, just go to the link in the description below or pin comment or scan the QR code on the screen and use code Isabella20 to get 20% off of your order today. Thank you so much to Womanizer for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get into it. Big disclaimer, I always want to make sure, because like I don't want to come across as a content creator that just bitches to bitch, you know what I mean? I don't want to be a content creator that is demonizing everything. I think that's stupid. Like I don't like the idea of demonizing an influencer creator simply because they have money or are rich. If you have money, good. Like I wish wealth upon everyone. That's never what I want to come across. And I want to have a good balanced perspective on this because I don't want it to just be simply because the title exists for them as a job, we just shit on them. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's beneficial for anyone because again, there's a lot of people who are striving to do it right consistently. It's just, you know, those bad examples here and there are just frustrating. The first one I want to talk about is content creator that's actually under some controversy for allegedly lying about a lot of things, but that's a different episode for a different day.
Let's find out how much I spent on my birthday. First, I went to Millennium one night and that was $29,494.25. I celebrated a second night and DJ Snake was playing, so that was $28,705.44. I celebrated a third night and Tiesto was playing, so it was $27,870.64. So for the 3 nights to celebrate my birthday, it cost me $86,070.33, which isn't bad because all my friends came out and everyone had such a good time. So, and that's because I bought tables, obviously, and I bought bottles and all that stuff.
Again, the issue is not that she just has money and can spend it. That's not the issue. It's a way that we approach this conversation. I'm not the biggest fan of influencers who are just not realistic about, hey, I have a lot of money. How do I approach this conversation though if I do talk about these things? Because here's the thing, like for me personally, I understand being curious about how other people spend their money. Whenever I see someone successful, my first thought is I'm not upset at it. I'm like, damn, I'd love to get successful enough to have the convenience. I don't need to have the convenience of dropping $80,000 in the club. That's actually crazy. With the way that you talk about wealth and income, I don't think it's a good idea to just blast, and it's not a flex like it was a long time ago, to say, oh, dropping $86,000 in a club is just like the coolest thing ever, right? We have changed as a society, I think, and especially right now when a lot of people are struggling to afford to pay for things, or if they're wanting to purchase something, it's something they'll actually enjoy. I don't think it's something that's gonna like leave a good taste in people's mouth if you're talking about dropping $86,000 in the club. Now, if you're talking about a car that you just bought, for example, okay, maybe that makes a little bit more sense. 86 grand on tables and bottles, like that is the most insane frivolous spending I have ever heard of in my entire life. Not to mention, specifically the phrasing, it wasn't that bad, or that's not that bad, is insane to say about that kind of money. Now, mind you, this individual actually is under heavy controversy right now because there's allegations that she's faking everything, and then there's some saying that it's real. Regardless of whichever way it goes, if it is real, I wonder if that were to be the case, would she genuinely be just like so used to that much money she perceives it as nothing? I can't comprehend not wanting to strive to understand the rest of the world around you. That's one thing that I don't get, is why wouldn't you want to know how the rest of the world functions, how other people as a society work? Because that's not normal. Like you can't be oblivious and that dumb to not understand that you're rich and there's other people who are poor and not everyone is able to take care of themselves in the way that you can. So I just do not like that kind of phrasing of, it's nothing. That is everything. That's someone's yearly salary right now. And even if it's fake, let's just say, how crazy is it though that somebody would genuinely go out of their way to fake something to make money or gain attention? And I think especially in the world of social media, some people are so desperate for that attention that they'll say or do anything. Like there's a lot of people that are caught lying and scamming and making shit up. And if you guys haven't known, just go literally watch all my videos. You guys can see tons of scammers and people who lie to get a check. That's literally it, which is so unfortunate. But what a sad life to fake that kind of stuff and try and give the illusion that you're rich when you're not. This next one, oh my God, I'm just gonna play it for you. I have a lot to say about this.
I can't get a brand to send me to Coachella for shit. I don't care if I sound like a whiny influencer right now. Let me sound like a whiny influencer for 1 second. Just give me 1 second. And you know what? If you had a job where you could potentially get free tickets to things, free accommodations, you would want that too, okay? I want it back. Here's why I'm frustrated. Everyone I know has free tickets and or accommodations to Coachella this year, and I have literally pitched myself to 50 brands. Because here's the thing, tickets to Coachella are thousands of dollars, accommodations to Coachella for...
All right, I'm gonna pause this right here. So there's nothing wrong with wanting free things and wanting the benefits of your career, right? Any person in any industry wanting to have a certain kind of benefit from that is fine. It's not wrong if an influencer gets PR. It's not wrong if an influencer goes on a brand trip. It's not wrong to have those benefits. There's nothing wrong with those kinds of things. Like, it's truly in the way you carry yourself and the way you are as a creator and person. What I'm not a fan of is the fact that a rich influencer is getting on an app where the only reason why they are rich and successful is simply because of the platform and people that support them on the platform, gets on and complains about this stuff. And one other thing I want to say, if nobody's wanting you and wanting to sponsor you, maybe you should look inward if your branding is going to align with these brands. You have to consider, and not consider just a check and getting fun things, you have to consider the fact that this is a mutually beneficial thing, and there are brands that have numbers and things that they're trying to keep up. So it is out of touch and weird for you to be like, why does nobody want me? Instead of structuring it that way, go, what can I do to appeal to somebody? But regardless, the biggest thing at the end of the day is, why is your audience included in this conversation? Do you not have management? Do you not have an assistant? Do you not have friends? Do you not have a team? Because this is the kind of stuff that you can talk to with your friends. This is why people are so just icked out by the idea of an influencer. Why are you so focused on going for free?
4 nights. Lowest I've found is like $6,500. And Mama can't swing that right now. Mama has a mortgage. I don't want to be spending that on Coachella, but I want to go badly. And it's just frustrating when
Now, here's a concept that I live by strictly, and I don't know if Tara, if you know that. It's called budgeting and knowing when you can't afford something. I don't do a lot of things right now because I'm paying down on my student loans. I'm not going to make it somebody else's problem though. And okay, $6,500, yeah, that's a lot of money. If you can't swing it then, your bills are paid. They're on auto pay, I'm assuming, so good on you. That's a privilege in itself. You have a mortgage and can buy a home in this day and age. And this creator's first assumption is, I don't want to spend that amount of money. One thing I want to put out there, one thing I want to make clear, some of these purchases can literally benefit your taxes. If you are going on a work trip, if this is benefiting you with content, if you have an accountant, which I'm sure she does, she would know that. So I am very confused. I think it's just the convenience of, if someone else pays for me, it's easier. You're already living on easy. Like, what? If you can't go, you can't go. I have a mortgage to pay, as if that's something something to suffer from. There are people that are having to choose between gas and food right now. Why are we hearing about this?
Like every single fucking influencer I know is going to Coachella for free. I sound like a whiny brat. But I'm just like really frustrated because I know that like I'm offering these brands like crazy deliverables. I'm like, I'll make 8 TikToks for you, 3 grid posts on Instagram, 3 IG stories every day. And I make really entertaining content when I go on trips. I do. I'll give myself that. And I just know I'm gonna see these.
And again, if that is the case, and if you make entertainment and you provide good deliverables, and if you aren't able to have any proof of that, what you do then is find a way to go cheaply to Coachella, do that, create the data, and then submit it to a brand next year. Figure it out. Like, I don't know. I just have such little patience for people like this because I'm like, figure it out. You'll live. Like, your job is being a content creator. Get creative. Like, I just can't understand this. If you don't have enough data to make 50 brands, at least one of them convinced to take you on a trip, or maybe they've already filled up their list, that means you go cheaply, you make it fun, you create all the engaging content that you so allegedly can do and provide, and show the data to the brands next year. You don't need to have a $6,500 Airbnb or something. And if that's your only way of being creative, you suck at your job.
Boring ass influencers going with a brand, everything's paid for, and they post like one thing over the course of 3 days. They're like, got ready with me for a date.
Shitting on other creators like that of, oh, all these other people are boring, but I'm not. Again, do you think a brand is going to perceive you as something of significance? Do you think anyone else is going to be like, oh, she so deserves it now?
And they don't talk about shit. I'm sick of these boring influencers. Wait, hold on. If there's any brands watching right now, I swear I'm not crazy, but like, I'll do anything for you, love. I'll rub your feet. I'll make 15 TikToks. I'll do it all. I'll make it worth your while, okay? Coachella. Like, I want to go so bad.
I also think it's a red flag when a content creator acts this way about a brand. Because if you're willing to get down on both knees, essentially, for a brand to do things, then you sound like a big time sellout. You should be able to have enough standards to where you don't feel like doing that or need to. If like, I'll do anything if you give me a bunch of free shit, you're demolishing the trust that people have in you right now because of the way you're behaving.
For some reason. There is a tent on an Airbnb and it's literally titled like tent in India. That's looking like my fate these days. And you know what? 2021 Tara would have eaten that shit up. I'm just I want like a house this year. I don't know.
That is just so stupid. So here's another video from the same creator on part 2 of being a whiny influencer.
Now that I'm on a whiny influencer tangent, I'm gonna keep going. I can never get a free hotel. Tara, you sound like a brat. I don't care if I sound like a brat. Influencers, that's just like hotels. They're like, yeah, stay here for 3 nights for free and just like post about us. That's a thing. Our whole job is to like promote shit, okay? I can never get a free fucking hotel to save my life. And you'd think that that would be my strong suit because I didn't pop off on TikTok because of my solo trips, but I kinda did. The solo cruise videos, all of the solo travel shit that I've done in the past, like you'd think.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I have like in my brain, I'm going from like a back office of why she's not being successful and also on like how out of touch this is. On the back office side, if a content creator is like, well, I was so successful with this before. If you're not doing it now and you're not making engaging content with it, a hotel may not give a shit. 2, you're not entitled to a hotel stay. Even if you have followers, if a brand is not interested or they don't find any benefit in you, they're simply not going to do it. And that's okay. Now, mind you, I don't know if anyone knows this or remembers, but this same content creator has actually talked about her OnlyFans and how much money she makes. And I'd love to play that clip for you really quickly over here because I don't know why we're having these conversations about money when she's pulling in so much.
How much are you railing in on OnlyFans?
Drop it.
Drop
Come
it.
on
Come
now.
on, drop it.
I mean, like so I started in May 2021.
Did you do like a hard launch?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. Until like October, this past October, I would make like 100 to 150K a month. And then I made it a TikTok. So, you guys know Anna Paul, obviously.
Yes.
So she made this TikTok of her like filming a day in her life as an OnlyFans creator. And she started it off with like, so I'm a sex worker. And I was like, oh, that's like great. Like probably like, it had so many views. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. So I made like a vlog, and I started it off with that. And I vlogged like me getting ready for my OnlyFans shoot. And it did so fucking well, like in October, this past October. So now it's like 350 a month. It's insane.
Are you
crazy.
serious? What do you?
crazy.
Well, I guess you go to hairstyles concerts. What else
Yeah.
do you do with all this money?
Oh, well, I just travel.
Yeah, so I'm really confused on how you can't pay for this shit by yourself and make it as a business expense or adjust things according to how it can work out for you in your career. You should be grateful that you literally get to live such a convenient life at this point. Because I'm telling you right now, making TikToks all day, fucking easy, especially if you are making content like this. It's nothing. It's, I mean, again, big disclaimer. I love you so much. If you're gonna go TikToker for YouTuber has to put in way more work if you're editing all the content and doing all that. That's a hell of a lot more. Again, still nothing compared to the rest of the world of reality. Please know that. But girl, her job is easy. So I don't even know. Also, in general, you get to pull so much money simply because you're a TikToker. And then like you get to live on easy making a few minute rants because people click in and watch you because they're interested. And you're so unappreciative of, I can't get a hotel room. You literally get to exist and people love watching you. Is that not good enough?
That hotels would be like banging down my door. No, it's rough out here, babe. And I don't understand, like there's this one girl, so I went to Miami a couple weeks ago and I reached out to so many hotels. They all
I went to Miami a few weeks ago. So you can't afford trips. You're just trying to pay for more than you can swing, or you're just selfish and don't want to pay for, not making any sense to me.
turned me down, and then I'm going to Miami again tomorrow, and I reached out to all the same hotels. They all turned me down again. And this is just one example of why this grinds my gears. There is this one girl I follow on here that has 100K. She has 100K followers. She stayed at the one hotel South Beach for free. She stayed at the W. Those are like the two most expensive hotels on Ocean Drive. And they'll respond to me and be like, maybe next time, not really doing partnerships right now. I'm like, wait, why?
Maybe because that other girl holds herself maybe better on social media. Maybe she's more respectful. Maybe she does certain things on social media that aligns with the branding of a hotel. So if you're doing shit like this, what makes us think that they're gonna wanna work with you? Also, again, class, say it with me. Why the hell are we hearing about this? Don't you have someone to call, or are you literally so out of touch you've lost friends at this point and now you have to go vent to an iPhone about a problem you could fix behind scenes with management by working a little bit harder and maybe perfecting that content more? Instead of running your mouth, why don't you run to your analytics or some shit?
Hey, like solo travel is my thing. Brands and hotels hate my guts, and like sure, I get it, but like kind of annoying.
Okay, that was it for the Tara one. I just can't stand people like this. As an influencer myself, I sit here, like I sit in my room, or I lay in bed and I edit, and I go, what a privilege to roll out of bed and edit. Like what an honor that I get to do this, what I love, and talk, and people give a shit. Like that's such a cool thing. And then I'm like, how do people not value that? Like how do people not go like, damn, I'm fortunate. Like have I put in work? Yes, but am I so grateful people care about my work? Yes. Sorry. It irks me to no end, guys. This next one I want to actually highlight. It's a little bit faster, but it's one that I do want to bring up in general about out of touch influencers that are impacting everyday people existing when it comes to shooting content. So this video, I'm not trying to like completely shit talk this individual. I'm using this simply as an example because at the end of the day, I do not know what happened behind camera. This is a video that says, this is your sign to take your first Reformer Pilates class. Now, as somebody who is going to at some point shoot gym content, workout content, things like that, because that's something I'm really involved in, even running. I'm going to hopefully train for a half a marathon at some point. I like documenting journeys, and I think it's good to document journeys. Where I think we get out of touch with stuff like this is where we start filming and getting a bunch of people in the background, and it's like we don't ask permission or make sure to blur something. And yes, does it take more time to blur things? It absolutely does. It's the least you could do. Maybe this girl is friends with all these people, so don't go jump her. No, nothing. We're not doing that, okay? Maybe she's friends with all these people, they're comfortable with her filming, etc. And I think there's a lot of out of touch influencers who like to film and forget about how this impacts other people. You have every right to film at a gym. You have every right to do that. That's not a problem I will ever have. I don't like it though when we are not conscious of other people and their experiences too. This next one, oh my goodness. So this is a content creator by the name of Katie Fang, and she is now about a New York influencer. She blew up, I think, a few times over like she was crying over having to go to work or school or work. One of them, I'm so sorry. And now she lives in a high-rise apartment. That apartment has got to be going for like dumb money. Okay, she's got money. She's doing great. Love that. This is another thing though that I feel is getting out of touch after a while. Let's just watch.
Get ready to me for my flight, except I missed it. I was supposed to leave yesterday, but I thought I was supposed to leave today. I'm only crying because I'm so fucking angry right now. Because I've never missed a flight in my life. Like, fuck, I'm so mad. It's a 17-hour flight from New York to Taiwan. I'm just so mad at myself.
Now this, I would understand if this was someone who took time off of work and was like, shit, I screwed up my work schedule. Damn, I missed this flight. It's going to cost me more. I missed out on some time with my family. This is somebody who's making a lot of money and works from home and for herself. Again, making TikToks and YouTube videos, and even the YouTube videos are not on like a very intricate level. That's not a read, by the way. That's good for you. I'm just saying, it's not like we're making like a 4-hour documentary. I don't want to say that I think every influencer has to be relatable. Some things aren't relatable and that's okay. But I'm just like, you missed a flight. You literally have such an easy job. How are you missing a flight? Like, I'm sorry, but like.
Okay. I just washed my face and I'm like calming down a little, but I wanted this to be like a nice family trip and I'm not even there. I'm so stressed out and this just makes it worse. This was supposed to be a nice like distraction from everything recently. Like last week I literally missed my final and I had to beg my professor to let me take it.
So she missed her final. So she's a college student. How the f do you miss a final? You work for yourself now. You technically have an easier job than a lot of people. How did you miss a final? Also, if you were studying it really, how would you miss it? This is just, like, I'm sorry, but I have no sympathy for this. I don't, unless there's a legit reason. You are literally crying and people can't even afford college. Damn.
And there's been so many, like, deadlines coming up and it's stressing me out. But my mom told me that, she's gonna book me on the next flight, which is hopefully tonight, so I can get there and be with them. I haven't packed, I haven't cleaned, because I thought I had time. Our apartment's a mess. And I just know I'm gonna forget to.
That's not to dismiss her frustration, but again, time and place, because at the end of the day, this is also her job. And so I just think it would be weird. Oh, poor me, this is all awful. You can say it's awful, but it's the dramatics that's so excessive. Like, you're crying as if your dog died. There is an off button on this. I don't know if anyone knows. I don't know if anyone is aware, but there's a button where we can push it. There's also a button right here where we can silence our phone. There's also a little thing called do not disturb. I fingered the hell out of the do not disturb button, that's for damn sure.
Pack like half my things. I know I'm gonna forget to pack my visa. And then the US isn't gonna let me back in. I always forget to pack that.
Oh my God, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna forget to pack my visa, go f***ing grab it and put it in your bag right now. What is so hard about this? I'm sorry, I have no patience. I have no patience.
Basically, I was supposed to leave yesterday at 12:05 a.m. That was the time of my flight. 12:05 on Saturday, and someone made my itinerary, but they put the wrong date, and it said that I was supposed to leave tonight at 12:05. And then my mom texted me like an hour ago and was like, "We all just arrived. Where are you?" And I was like, "I'm still in New York." She's like, "Why are you still in New York?" And I'm like, "Cause my flight's not till tonight." And she was like, "No, it was yesterday. You missed it." And I haven't seen my mom and my sisters in a long time. And now the time's gonna be like cut in half because I'm arriving so late. Okay, I'm gonna go pack now. And I'm just gonna hop on the next flight.
So some of the top comments on this post were, you didn't pack or clean, but you're doing the 10-step skincare 4 times a day. Someone says, I haven't packed. Baby, get off the phone. Another one says, famous or not, she's still human. And I agree. These things are normal to be upset at. I fully understand. I just don't think that this is the time and place for it. A couple other points that I wanted to make are, I don't think that a vent or a rant in general about something that's bothering you isn't bad. But again, it's kind of specifically about about what you're venting to on the internet. And I just don't think that people are going to really find it interesting if somebody is crying poor me about something that's self-inflicted. Like, for example, oh, I missed my final. I can't comprehend how you're going to do that unless something like really bad happened. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like hardcore type A, but I just don't understand that. I did, and I haven't paid for my school, so I could not miss anything. Or even down to, oh, well, I'm just going to forget my visa. You're mentioning it, go put it in your bag. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this is so trying to create some dramatics to get clickbait, and it just feels weird and out of touch. And again, even if she was like, yeah, I'm rushing, I had a few things happen, such as life, that would have been a hell of a lot better than just, I'm sobbing, woe is me, when some of these things were super preventable. This next one, fake ads and fake reviews by influencers. So there is a creator that is, I think, named Vanilla Swirl, and she has a lot of like beauty content. I love that kind of stuff, but this is a compilation that I found that I was like, oh my God, all of a sudden getting back on a trendy bullshit that, in my opinion, is a scam.
Influencers could never convince me to buy any Lemmy vitamins. Lemmy Sleep is literally melatonin.
First things first, I need to restock on my Lemmy gummies, specifically Lemmy Deload. I talked about these during my monthly empties. It's been like a week since I've had this and I can't live without it. And I also have been wanting to try Lemmy Sleep because I've heard such good things about it. So I picked up one of these.
The list is kind of similar to Lemmy, but it's Bloom or any one of those greens that promise to de-bloat you, make you skinny. We have an update on those influencers that built their platforms off of lies, and this makes me so angry that this is now a trend right now, but it's any single-use product that just isn't necessary. So think of those like single-use face cloths, not necessary. It's a waste of money.
Come with me to restock some of my favorite non-negotiable hygiene products. First off, I was so excited to see that these clean towels are now available at Target. And I feel like you guys were excited too because the top 2 rows were almost sold out. But yeah, as an acne-prone girly, I can't imagine not using these.
I do not spend my money on any designer. No designer shoes, purses.
I thought, what better way to celebrate than getting myself a bag that I can pass down to my future daughter?
This is all the makeup I own. I checked in 2022 at Sephora, I spent $5,000. That is not normal and that is not okay. I spent $700 at the Sephora sale yesterday, so let's do a haul of everything I bought. For more things that I don't spend my money on, it is a nice car. I drive a paid off Honda Civic that I bought like 5 years ago.
I thought this woman hit my car, but she was just parked very close.
Okay, so let's pause this. A couple of these things are excessive. Someone saying I don't drive a nice car and then being able to buy one. Yeah, I drove around a piece of shit for a while too, and then I was able to afford to get one that actually worked. Lovely. I don't have a problem with that. So I'm not going to focus on anything else besides the Lemmy Bloom and I think greens. Either way, those are perfect examples in my opinion of some people who will say I'll never buy this and then suddenly want to because it's trending, which I don't really know why, because there's no legit benefit to things like Lemmy from what I've seen that is like significantly different than like a Target brand. Y'all, we've already yapped about Bloom. Bloom is such bullshit. Oh my God, please save your money. But the average everyday person, if you get a pack of reusable face towels or something, you're gonna be fine. But I think some people will do that and essentially become out of touch because it's like they want to keep buying the things that are trending. And that's a new thing I'm noticing with some content creators is they'll go from saying, oh, this is bullshit, I'll never do it, to becoming the exact same thing that they were against significantly. And again, there's a very big difference between changing your mind. Like, again, she wanted to buy a designer purse. That's fine. If you first had no interest and then you see something you love, that's fun. That is not, to me, out of touch. That's okay. You can change your mind on that. When we change our mind on something that's very blatantly a cash grab, a scam, etc., that's when I think you're a money hungry weirdo. The Lemmy, my God, it's so obvious how BS that one is. Bloom, don't even get me started on that damn fart in a glass. In my opinion, a scam. And then you suddenly want it. That's weird. You are able to maintain morals and be a good creator without sacrificing everything just for clicks and attention. You can be a good person and love products and genuinely value it without losing yourself entirely. And unfortunately, I think some people lose that aspect and forget to kind of check in with themselves and how the world works really because they've gotten a little bit too big or completely not care. Like I said, I'm not shitting on all influencers. I don't think that's necessary, but I think there's a small percentage of people who suck or decide to switch up and get weird on everyone or just become incredibly out of touch. And I do think we need to call that out because I want to see good creators on my page. I want to support good creators on the timeline. I love that. I'm just not going to support stuff like this. So that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thanks again to Womanizer for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget my code is Isabella20 for 20% off site-wide for a limited time. You can scan the QR code here or click the link in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.